If you're ready, are you ready? Sit right
Hey,
behind me.
everybody, and welcome to Monday night's live chat with the Brownside of Disney. I am Tamika Talks, your host from Philadelphia area, and I blog at Life and Talk. Welcome, come on in and join us. We know that this is the final Monday before 2020 hits. So we wanted to make sure that we popped in and said hello and wish you guys happy holidays. You want to introduce yourself, Miss Tanae?
Hi guys, I'm Tanae. I write at sunshinemom.com and also at blackgirlviews.com. I'm at NYC. Give me 1 second because my children got their food is here. I see your food is here.
Mommyhood, that's what happens when it's
Yes.
time to eat. Go ahead, get them situated. That's totally fine. But we just wanted to make sure we came in, like I said, and wish everyone happy holidays before 2020 hit. Hard to believe that the year is really over. Full disclosure, I woke up today and really thought I had like weeks, not that I say weeks, but almost a full week before I needed to prepare for Christmas. And then I realized today is Christmas Eve Eve. Yeah, I was not ready. Yeah.
Me neither. I'm still not ready though.
Okay. Yeah, me either. And the reality is I won't be ready on Christmas Eve either. The good thing is my children have asked for basically nothing. And, we're not in that, Santa era. So they're kind of like, whatever. My daughter and I did put a holiday wreath together today that we hung outside. So that kind of made us feel a little festive. And I guess we'll do the tree tomorrow. But yeah, it is what it is. But I have been watching some of like the holiday specials because that kind of gets you in the mood. I'm loving, some of the ones that have been coming on Disney Plus, so I've been enjoying that as well. And then, I feel like if you're a Disney addict, you've got to incorporate Disney into your holiday some kind of way. So, how are you planning to incorporate Disney into your holiday?
So the only thing that we have been doing this year is Disney Plusing it up. I
Okay.
been watching Noel religiously because I love that movie. All of the good Christmas movies that were like animated Disney cartoon holiday movies that were on Netflix are not on Netflix anymore. So Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I would have loved to go to Very Merry Christmas Party. I really, really wanted it to happen, but it's not going to. So.
Well, the reality is it's sold out, and my understanding is it's been sold out for a while. Um, so what I tell people is even if you can't get in there to experience that, I just feel like being at the park in itself and experiencing all the magic that's there, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
So I feel like, if you can go, go. And if you can't get into the extras, that's fine. It's a sneak peek to what you'll be able to see the following year. And then what I was telling one young lady, she took her kids and realized that, they couldn't get in. I was like, use this as a tool to bribe your children to behave. Tell them, next year we're going to come and this is what we're going to do, but only if you behave. So you'll
Right.
get 364 days of great behavior if you just keep reminding them. I told her to put a little chart up on the wall that just said, Disney World in XYZ amount of days. I was like, kids need a visual and they respond to that, and often as parents, we throw out these empty threats that we don't follow through with. But I feel like, if the kids see a visual, even when they're in the midst of misbehaving, they might look at it and be like, ooh, let me get it together. Much like how I guess the elf on the shelf is supposed to be, but that's only here for a small window of time. And at that point, if your children aren't behaving, you really don't want to buy them any gifts anyway. So it's nothing that the elf is going to be able to do. Who knows? But I think for us, part of the way that we kind of continue to incorporate Disney is, on our trees, we have lots of Disney ornaments. And this year, I really wanted to do just a Disney itself tree. Seeing as I didn't put my regular tree up, I kind of couldn't do that. So that's on the schedule for next year. And I have all these little decorations that I wanted to do. But I do have my favorite ornament that I'm going to show you guys here with me. It is my Tiana ornament. So I literally got this ornament.
That's an ornament?
It is an ornament, yes. I actually a lot of times use it on my tree as a tree topper, but it's an ornament. So we've used it as a tree topper for the past few years because we are totally obsessed with Tiana and being as though 10 years for 10-year anniversary. Felt like we should culminate it with something. So I'm thinking maybe what we'll do when the new year rolls around. Maybe we'll have like a birthday party for her, kind of like what we did with Mickey. I'm gonna look up and see the actual release date of the movie. I know it's been 10 years, but I can't remember the actual release date. But I feel like it would be cute to do something, just kind of just to remind her that we're missing her and let Disney know that we need them to bring us another one, if not another movie with her. So we'll see. But I feel like another big thing that a lot of people are doing on Christmas, and I used to feel bad about people having to work on Christmas. And then I kind of realized that not everybody celebrated Christmas, and those could possibly be the people that are working. I know when I worked for the airlines, I would actually always want to work Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, because no one is really traveling on Christmas Day. Like, that's the best day in the world to work. And I didn't have any kids, so it was like, I could be home. It didn't matter. Let the people who needed to be at home be at home. But it was always a good day for me. And so I realized that a lot of the people that I worked with were Jewish, and they celebrated Hanukkah. I don't know what I just said. They celebrated Hanukkah or just didn't celebrate at all. So, I remembered that. And I was like, okay, so I guess somebody has to be at work, making some money. So I'm never mad at them, because if my understanding if it's still the same, that's time and a half, which is good money. All money is good money. But I feel like one thing that a lot of people tend to do on Christmas now, and even we did it on Thanksgiving, is go to the movies. And I felt like for the past few years, Disney has dropped a movie that was going to be released on Christmas Day. A lot of people are planning to see Star Wars, Rise of Skywalker, because they probably bought tickets or they could not have gotten tickets from the release date. And also what was happening is a lot of people were still kind of in the Christmas planning, so they didn't necessarily want to go to the movies. But of course, the true Star Wars addicts were there, have seen it, and some of them have seen it repeatedly. But I saw that, I put out a message. I was asking people, had they seen it or what the game plan was. A lot of people are planning to see it on Christmas Day. I feel like Christmas Day is going to be a great whammy for Star Wars, and also the Spies in Disguise, because that's when it basically comes out. So I guess before we go into Spies in Disguise, because we are going to have a special guest, everyone, where we will talk about it. I don't necessarily know that we want to give spoilers. I feel like we should kind of keep the conversation as general as we can, but we'll figure that out. We can literally touch on Star Wars before we kind of deep dive in. What I've been telling people is, even if you're not a fan, go and see the movie. Besides the fact that it is like the end of an amazing era, the way that they have this particular movie is, even if you just know the characters and maybe you don't know what they do or kind of how they're all tied in together, I feel like there are bits and pieces from previous movies that give you a hint, and it makes it so that you can follow it. Now, there were some Star Wars movies that I've seen in the past that, because maybe I didn't see the one before or the one before that movie, I was lost. I did not feel this way in this one. I felt like I could have come in off the street, never have seen any movie, and still been able to enjoy the movie. A lot of people were asking me about the lights. I remember you had mentioned that, and I was like, I don't know. I didn't even see that some kind of warning had went out, because of course the lightsabers, they're fighting everyone. So it is a lot of flash lighting and a lot of movement. And so some people were a little concerned about letting their small children see it. And my thing is, it depends on the level of movie that you let your child watch. I would totally let my 5-year-old go and see it, because it's the type of movie that we watch. Right. Exactly. Yes, exactly. So if your child is used to that type of movie, they'll be fine. Now, do I think you should take, your child in it who's used to just seeing lovely bunnies running around and has never seen anything slightly violent? Maybe not. Maybe you should wait and ease them into it. And it is a long movie. So, Star Wars is a long movie. Now, what most kids do, of course, after a while, they're kind of like, yeah, I'm ready to go. But I feel like there's so much going on that even when you get to that point where you're like, is it over yet? Something else happens and you're back on the edge of your seat. So I felt like even during the moments where it was kind of like, okay, I'm over this, something else would happen and kind of get you back into it. And I just loved, of course, the girl power. I feel like they nailed it, and showing basically this girl power and what women can do. So for me, that was like, yeah, like I was on the edge of my seat every time she was like doing something. I was like, yes, yes, get it. But I just, like I said, I feel like if you're looking for a movie and go check it out, I feel like people should just do a double whammy. They should see Star Wars and then maybe go see Spies in Disguise or the reverse, whatever. But of course, going to the movies is a great way to kind of incorporate it with your family. Now, are you planning to see Star Wars? I know you hadn't seen it yet. No. Okay. All right. I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that. They had a marathon on the other day. So I think because they want people who haven't seen it to maybe give them the opportunity to catch up on the other episodes. And like I said, you don't really need to do that to really know what's going on. But some people do, and some people are like, I'm not going to see it because I didn't see any of the other ones. But I totally feel like if you're thinking about it, you should totally see it.
Yeah. So I'm like, I know nothing about Star Wars. I don't remember the last time I've seen a Star Wars movie. So I have no plans to see it. And then it's like, I'm like, oh, I could just watch the other ones, but then it's like you can't watch them in order. It's like a different order that you have to watch them in. I don't have time to be trying to figure that out. I mean, I just don't really feel like this. Fine. So I did ask James if he wanted to see it, and then he didn't really want to see it either. So I'm like, oh well, if you don't want to see it, then I'm not going to make myself.
So here's my thing. But you want to go to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. What is that all about?
So RJ loves Star Wars. I don't know how, but he is the one that really wants to go to Galaxy's Edge. He told me by name, I want to get on the Millennium Falcon. Like, it's RJ.
Wow.
Galaxy's Edge for him.
Okay.
Not for myself, because I would be in Galaxy's Edge lost still. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Got it. Okay, got it. So of course, that is still on my list. And I literally today was like, these kids don't go back to school till when? Oh, I need to figure out how to get to Orlando. But yeah, chances of me trying to make that happen, it may not work because even though they don't have school, they still have practice, unfortunately. So we'll see. But I know. Let's bring our special guest in. And we will have her introduce herself. Give me a second. Let me get her in. Hello, Shay. How are you?
Hi.
It's my friend.
Oh, hush. Do I know you? Do I really know you?
So thanks for joining us. What we would like for you to do is introduce yourself, basically your name, your site, where people can find you, what you talk about, all that kind of good stuff.
Hi guys, so I'm Shay. I'm now Shay. I'm not saying it anymore, if you guys know. I write at popcornandtequila.com, and I am now an entertainment blogger. So it's movies, TV shows, all that good stuff.
Okay, so now you are strictly entertainment, nothing else.
Strictly entertainment, nothing else. I told everyone earlier this year, I was like, if it's not entertainment, don't send it to me. I don't want it anymore.
Very good. Okay, well that should keep you busy because
yeah,
it's nonstop. It feel like it's a movie coming out like every other day. So
every week, so it's crazy.
So we're gonna ask you this question. So what we were talking about before we brought you into our live was how do people incorporate Disney into their holiday celebration? So how are you incorporating it other than going to the movies?
That's probably it.
Okay.
Because I'm not
a Disney shirt. That's Toy Story, right?
Ironically, I do.
Love that.
I have a ton of shirts, but aside from movies, I don't think we do anything. Just because she's not at that age yet. We've never been to Disney World, anything, so it's a struggle.
You can incorporate it with your matching shirts, your ornaments, anything. Doesn't necessarily have to
We don't have a tree yet.
Okay, don't feel bad. That's horrible. So, the three of us on here, none of us have a tree. Horrible. That is so horrible.
She has a tree.
Oh, her tree is up. Oh, so you want to make us feel bad. Okay, got it.
My tree been up since like
December 1st.
And wasn't that early?
It was early.
Okay.
It's been up for a while.
No, mine isn't. I was looking at it earlier today. I had no motivation, but it's going up tomorrow. Tonight or tomorrow. It's going up. It's up. But yeah, so we were just talking about what people do to incorporate Disney, into their holidays, and we talked about the movies. And I was saying to Tanae that I feel like so many people have seen Spies in Disguise already that I really thought the movie was out. And it was not until literally today when I was sending something out and I was like, the 25th? What? Yep. So surprisingly, the movie is not out. So we have to decide, do we want to have this chat spoiler free or do we want to go all in? I'm good either way.
I would spoiler free.
I would say that too. I don't like spoiling stuff for people at all.
Okay, see, it don't. So here's why I say this, because I feel like so many people have seen it. I feel like the spoilers are out anyway.
I think you know too many bloggers.
Right. You know what? I must. Because I was like, literally, you could not tell me this wasn't out. Because I knew the Rise of Star Wars, the Rise of Skywalker had come out. And so I was like, oh, yeah, so people are probably teeter-tottering. And then today I was doing something, and I was like, December 25th? Oh, my goodness. All right.
I haven't even seen it. I haven't seen it.
You didn't see it?
I've seen it twice.
No.
She's a mess. I've seen it twice.
Sorry. Even I saw it, and I was sick in the movie theater.
I couldn't leave work. Like the time that they had the screening that Saturday for bloggers.
Oh, yeah.
I work at 11.
Pesky job. I tell you, that's what they do to you. Pesky job. Okay. All right. So since you haven't seen it, of course you don't want us to give any spoilers. Okay. So everybody knows that it is like Will Smith, of course, is part of the reason why I felt like I had to go see it. He is Philadelphia born and raised. We went to the same high school. We are connected through so many people. So of course I had to go see it because I had to support Will Smith. And what I told them at the theater is I said, I'm going to be completely biased. I said, because I feel like I gotta be like, yeah, it was great because it was him. So then when I came out and they asked me about it, I was like, I feel good in saying that I still feel like it was a good movie, despite what I said when I went in. So tell me overall, what did you think about the film?
I think it was good.
Okay.
My daughter loved it and wouldn't stop talking throughout the entire movie, which is a first. She kept looking at me like, Mom, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? And I'm just like, yes, just watch the movie. I've seen it already. Just you watch it and you enjoy it.
And she's how old?
She's 7.
7.
She loves
it. That's a lot. Okay.
It's
so
a lot.
What would you say is her favorite part?
She told me I didn't even have to ask. She told me her favorite part was when Lance became a pigeon.
Oh,
of course.
Okay. Well, I feel like, when you think about it, like, how many movies do you go see and the leading character becomes a pigeon? Like,
right.
That's so not, like, normal. So I get it. I understand that. And I feel like, even the main characters, the two of them together are just not who you would expect to be placed together and then to merge and have such great synergy. So what did you think about, I guess, at once he became the pigeon and kind of their relationship and the way it developed? What were your thoughts on that?
They did that pretty well. Just the balance of good and I need to fight evil all the time. And Walter is extremely, really kind. And no, you don't have to do that. You can do it this way instead. Is really incredible because I know kids are watching this and thinking, oh, the bully in school is bothering me and I have to attack.
Right.
But really, it's Walter saying, no, you can just do it kindly. Oh, God. See, if she says anything, she's going to spoil it for everyone because she'll talk about it forever.
What?
Nothing. No, that's not what we're talking about.
You're always lying about what you're talking about. You're always lying about what you're talking about.
Meanwhile, she had no clue I was going to do this. So I don't even know how she knows what we're talking about.
That is so funny.
Her hair's a mess.
So I agree with that. I agree. And I said, I wonder what. So no, can we ask her?
Yes, you guys can ask her here.
So will you tell us 3 things that you loved about Spies in Disguise?
One thing I loved about Spies in Disguise is that he said violence is never the answer, but then he just used violence. Right after he said it, he used violence. And then the glitter bomb.
Oh God, I love the glitter bomb.
The glitter bomb. And Pop up, and then
Okay.
a cat comes up.
She told you she was spoiling. She told you.
All right, one more. What's your
One
third?
more.
Oh, when he turns into a pigeon.
Told you.
My pigeon.
So do you think that parents should take their children to see this on Christmas Day?
Do you think parents would take their kids to see it on Christmas Day?
Some parents, if it's not too much money for them, some parents would.
Look at you being
Cheap,
for money.
okay?
I love it. I
moving it, it wouldn't keep
absolutely
falling.
love it.
Oh, Lordy.
All right, so
Yeah.
what else do you want to tell us about the movie?
That is really good, and then at the end's my favorite part.
Well, don't tell them the ending.
I'm not.
Okay, good.
I like how
Then
she
they
said
haven't
that
seen
and
it
did
yet.
not tell. Okay, all right, okay. So is that all you want to tell us about the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you for sharing that. So parents out there, if you have the money and it's not too much, she is recommending that you take your children to see this on Christmas Day. And I agree with her. I think it's a great
do
movie for the
too.
family to go and check out. Lots of lessons. You guys can have lots of discussions, I feel like.
And
after
it would
this
be
movie.
easier if you went on Christmas Eve, because then it's $5 Tuesday. So
This
That's
isn't
a
good
good
house
plan,
tomorrow.
I know.
Look at her
I
being
know.
budget friendly. I know that's right. Yes, absolutely.
It's very
cheap.
sad. It's very sad. I wish it came out tomorrow.
Yes.
So let's do a recap. As she said, she recommend. Oh, but they might can't. So here's the thing: in some places, the movie is not available to see tomorrow. They have to wait until Christmas Day. So they'll miss that $5 Tuesday.
Some
No,
places.
It doesn't come out until Wednesday.
It's so unfair.
It is unfair.
Very unfair.
You're right. It is unfair. It should come out so people can enjoy it for $5 Tuesday. Unfortunately,
Yes.
that
And it would be cheaper to get
You're
to pay for the movie. And then,
right, and then they can use the extra to buy popcorn.
yeah, so like it would be so much easier if you did it, if they showed it on $5 Tuesday.
I agree. I don't know why. I feel like we should write a note and let them know that that is what we think should happen. Now, some theaters will show it, and it might not show till like although I don't know if they're going to show that. Yeah, because I can't imagine they would do a midnight screening for that. Although they might. It's a Disney movie, and you know how adults feel about Disney movies, so it's possible.
True.
I'm going to check my local listings and see if there's somewhere that we can see it tomorrow, because my children have not seen it. Only I saw it. So I feel like I should.
Oh, I've seen it.
Exactly. I
It's,
should send them with
it's
you.
really good.
See, I
It's
should
really
have
good.
to New York to go with you.
like
They
the
didn't want to go with me.
I'm like the first child to get to see Spies in the Skies.
Wow, look at that. You are special. You must have been a good girl.
Yeah.
You hesitated. I'm not sure. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, thank you once again so much. And like we said, parents, if you are out there and you're trying to decide if Spies in Disguise will be on your Christmas list, you have it right there from a 7-year-old.
And it should be on your Christmas list.
Okay, it should be on your Christmas list. I agree. So now we're letting everyone know they should add it to their Christmas list. So who was your favorite character?
Walter.
Walter. And why was he your favorite character?
Because he's the one who made the glitter bomb.
Oh, do you like glitter? So you like glitter. Okay. Yeah, you're a true girl. Oh, yeah. Got it. I like Walter, too. I thought he was very funny.
Oh, and also the pen that made them all blobby.
Oh my God, don't tell them everything.
Oh, I forgot about that. Well, she didn't tell them what it did or how they got it. It's okay. I forgot about that. Yeah, so I like Walter, too. I thought he was very funny. And I felt like he was moving the movie along. What about any of the other characters? What do you think about any of them?
I also like the spy.
You like
and
the
then
spy?
girl that, and then the girl that was thinking that he was bad, even though it was the bad guy who was pretending to be him.
Well, there go the whole story. I'm telling
I know.
you.
Okay, I won't ask you any more questions.
Mommy,
She gonna tell today the whole story.
mommy, you
Yes.
glad
Tonight
that
didn't
I'm
get it,
glad.
so she don't
you
know.
glad
It's
that any
fine.
of my
Yes.
You got
Go.
you still here's the
Shanae
thing.
hasn't seen it yet.
She gave you bits and pieces of what occurred, but you still have to see the
You're
movie
glad I
to
didn't tell
piece
her
it
the whole
all
story.
together.
Yes, I'm
Wait, I wanna
glad.
see
So now these are things that when you're
Hi.
watching a movie, you look out for, you listen for. Of course, Walter is going to totally like steal the show for you guys. I mean, like he was probably the best character, and he played it very well. And so I feel like this has been that was a great note for Will Smith to end on. I feel like he's had a great year. He had some ups and downs. How people were hating on him with Aladdin, and I feel like this was a great way for him to end the year on a positive note because no one is complaining about him being an animated character. Go figure. I do remember in the beginning, the initial reviews were people were kind of, I guess, even before it came out, like when they saw the trailer, some people had some negative things to say because they were like, "Oh, it's trying to be like a Men in Black." So what do you think about that? Did you feel like it was trying to be like a Men in Black?
Not at all. I don't even see the comparison.
That's what I said too. I said the exact same thing.
Picture.
Right. I
Black
said the
suit.
exact same thing. Exact same thing.
It was a navy blue suit, according to the directors. It wasn't a black suit. But
Oh,
you
that's
wouldn't know
right,
that because
because
he wasn't
the
there.
studio it came out of is Blue Studio. So it makes sense. Makes sense. Absolutely. But yes, so many people were saying that it was just an animation of the Men in Black. And then I said, well, even if it was, that's okay because it's an
Right.
animation. It wasn't like a remake of it, it was an animation. But when I saw it, I didn't see anything that made me think Men in Black, other than the
No.
fact that Will Smith is in it. So
Exactly.
I don't know. I have no idea. I found that people like to complain about things. So
Especially Will.
yes, I don't know. So is there anything else that you'd like to share other than what your daughter has shared about the movie?
Oh no, she took everything, of course.
Hello.
Go away.
All right. Well, we are at 9:30. So thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Tanae,
Thank
is there
you.
anything that you would like to share?
No, but I'm going to see Spider Skies on Christmas. So
Before she tells you the entire story.
Yes, and once you go see it, let us know what your thoughts are. And I feel like, yes, she's giving you pieces of the movie, but you don't know the order that they go in. So while you're watching it, you might be like, oh, yeah, she did say this. And then you'll see it, but you don't know when it's going to come or what's going to happen. So she just kind of gave you some little tidbits. But I also feel like while you're out on the street, you need to go see The Rise of Skywalker.
Well, you did your hair for
I'm not
nothing.
even gonna know what's going on. I'm not gonna know who anybody is. Like
You came here for about
Yeah,
3
and
minutes.
you can't talk to
And
the
you
people
did
in the
your hair
Star
for
Wars
no
movies.
reason.
Because
It's
in
a
my
mess, though.
in my showing, people were crying. Yeah, my husband looked over. He's like, "You crying?" I was like, "Yeah,
You can't.
what happened? It's what happened." But that is our time. Once again,
I got
everyone,
sugar,
happy
Mommy.
holidays. We will see you guys the first Monday in January. Goodbye.
Have a good night.